back to the channel. So today we're going to be putting spacers on the wheel spacers, or wheel adapters would probably be the proper way to call them, on this 2015 Model S. This is the 85D, and as you can see from the wheel well, the wheels recessed a decent amount in front and in back. So I'm going to initially put 1-inch ones, 25 millimeters wheel adapters on here to see if that pushes it out to where I want it to be at. I was thinking of running 20s on the front and 25s on the back, but I think if I wanted to get as flush as I want, I'm gonna need to run 25 all the way around. So we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so today we're gonna be putting spacers. I call them wheel adapters. So spacers are the ones without these studs on there. The ones with the studs on there are called adapters, wheel adapters. So these are 1-inch or 25 millimeter. And so we're going to be putting them on. Now these are what you call hub centric. You see that lip right there? All right, so they're wheel centric and hub centric. So the hub centric is meaning you see you got a lip down here. So that's kind of what your wheel rests on, your rim rests on, to make sure you're centered properly. And so you want this to be able to rest on there to make sure it's turning true with the rest of your wheel. And plus you want a lip on here too, so your rim can set on that particular lip. One of the things you may want to do before putting it on is clean up the old lip a little bit. Go around, clean it all up, if it's rusty, that is. And what you may want to do too as well, to make sure whenever you need to take these off, they come off without any problem, is take a bit of NTCs and put it around the inside of there. So that'll help make sure that it comes off easily next time you need it to come off. Now these are 1-inch, and so I believe with the 1-inch ones, I may not need to shave down my my studs, wheel studs. If you go with less than 1-inch, you definitely will need to shave off your wheel studs. You see this part right here, this little ball section? There's no thread on that. So that'll be the part you'll need to cut off if you need to cut them off. Other than that, it shouldn't affect your threads. But these right here will recess back down into the back of your rims. There's a little void in the back of your rims that will receive those. So what you will do then is take these and put them on there. And you can take the ones that came with the lug nuts. And although the lug nuts for ours is, I believe, 21 millimeters, these right here are going to be, I believe, 19 millimeters, the ones that go on there. So you want to tighten those down in a cross pattern, as you would normally with your rims. And you also want to torque them down to spec as well. Now, one of the things you notice that you see how they're sticking out there? So you may be wondering, how is that going to happen with those studs sticking out? So on the back of your rims, you have this void. You see that? So the studs will rest up in there. If you're running like maybe half inch, quarter inch, you probably won't have enough room in there for your studs, so you may have to trim them off. But I'm running 1 inch, so I got plenty of room for my studs to set up in there. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a side-by-side or close to a side-by-side. So as you can see now, with the 1 inch spacers on, and now these are the 19-inch rims, and I believe you guys with the 21-inch rims, and they may be staggered too as well. You may want to go with a different setup. I think 25 and 20s in the front for you guys. But this is how it looks on one side. As you can see, and to be honest, I think I probably could have went with 1.25 inches, maybe even as wide as 1.5 inches, to be honest. Then I'll come over here, and you guys can see how recessed that is. Big difference, hey? Here we go again with it nice and good. But then when you come over here, like where the wheels go, they vanish. No wheels. And one other thing, I'm sure a few of you guys are scared about putting spacers on your cars. So, you know, I've been running about 30 years. I've never had an issue with them. You just have to be smart about them. After riding around for about 50 miles, you want to get in there and retorque them bolts on those spacers, adapters, whichever one you use. And then periodically get in there and just retorque them again. But I've never had a single issue using any of those. But just remember, after about the first 50 miles, get in there and retorque those down, and then you should be good to go. So if you guys like, hit the like button, and hit that subscribe button, and see the other YouTube videos I have out there working on my Tesla. Thanks a lot.